Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, guys. All of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Sir, we are fine, sir.
Sir, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How many questions completed? MCQ questions?
So we did till 26 last
27.
time.
27. Sir.
Yeah, 27,
27.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, a sample of AlF3 contains 3 into 10 power 24 F minus ions. The number of formula units of the sampler. Okay. That question is, I didn't answer, no, this one. I didn't give answer, no, 27th one.
Sir, you gave, we completed 27. We need to start.
Yes, sir, we did that.
Okay. Next 28th. Read Akshaya.
Which question, sir?
Lovely. Question number 28.
Just a minute. Which one of the following will have the largest number of atoms?
Yeah. So which one of the following will have the largest number of atoms? So 1 gram of gold, 1 gram of sodium, 1 gram of lithium, 1 gram of Cl2. Which one of the following will have the largest number of atoms? So simply apply mole concept. 1 divided by gold atomic mass is nearly 197. 1 by 197. This is gold. Option A it is. Then option B is sodium, 1 gram of sodium. So 1 divided by 23. And option C is 1 gram of lithium. Lithium 1 by 7 only. Next to chlorine. 1 divided by 35 point, no, not 1 chlorine atom here, 2 chlorine atoms are there. So I have to write 71. Then after that some value multiply with 2. So which one gives bigger value here? Choose correct answer.
C.
C, very good. 1 by 7 means bigger value will come here. C is correct answer.
Sir, sorry to ask, but can you just tell what is the procedure for this? I didn't understand. I
What
missed it
happened?
out. So
No. Say, see here, they're given elements, gold, sodium, lithium, and chlorine. And each one is 1 gram only. Gold also 1 gram, sodium, lithium, all are 1 gram. Yes, here calculate which one having more number of atoms.
so
First
given mass
calculate.
by molar mass, right? Okay.
Given by molar mass gives number of moles. That with you multiply with Avogadro number. So here all we have to multiply with Avogadro number only. But here number of moles will comes more lithium because only 1 by 7 only. So gives
Yes,
bigger
sir.
value.
Got it.
Next question, Ananya.
Sir, just a second. I just opened the PDF. So what's option C in that
Yeah.
question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
28th option.
19.7 kg of gold
Hmm.
was recovered from a smuggler.
Hmm.
How many atoms of gold were recovered?
So
And AU is given 197.
yeah, gold atomic mass is 197. The given gold mass is 19.7 kilo. So that one we have to convert into number of moles, then multiply with Avogadro number. Question number 29. 19.7 kilogram. Convert into grams. 19.7 into 10 power 3 grams divided by 197. So you may write it is 100. So 19.7 I'm writing 197. This is a 10 square. This cancel, only 10 square is 100. So number of moles is 100. This one multiply with Avogadro number, you will get number of gold atoms. So 100 into 6.022 into 10 power 23. So 6.022 into 10 power 25 is the answer.
Option D, sir.
Yeah, option D. Next, Anirudh. Ask me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Which of the following pairs contain equal number of atoms? A 11.2 cc STP of nitrogen and 0.015 grams of nitric oxide. B 22.4 liter STP of nitrous oxide and 22.4 liter of nitric oxide. C 1 millimole of HCl and 0.5 millimole of H2S. And D 1 mole of H2O2 and 1 mole of N2O4.
Okay. Equal number of atoms. Okay, we have to calculate this. First option A is 11.2 cc of nitrogen. And 0.015 gram of nitric oxide. So 11.22, first calculate that. Option A, 11.22 cc is equal to how many moles? So 11.2 cc divided by 22,400 cc. It gives number of moles. Yeah, 11.2 divided by 22,400.
Sir, 1 moles.
So 0.355, sorry, 0.0005 moles. So that is N2, nitrogen. Mole N2. So we have to convert this into atoms. So each N2 having 2 nitrogen atoms. So multiply here 2 into 0.0005 into Avogadro number. So 0.001.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, it should be 2 zeros, right?
No, 3 zeros. So once again check. 0005.
Yes, sir. 000 only.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
To 1 by 2 means 0.5 into 10 power minus 2. Now you can write now 0.005, right? No.
Oh, sir, it's correct.
Yeah, correct only. Yes, then multiply with 2. 0.0005 into 2 is 0.001. into Avogadro number. So finally, number of nitrogen atoms 6.022 into 10 power 20. Correct? Actually 23. Here 0.001 into 10 power 23 becomes 1 only. So this much number of nitrogen atoms.
So we have to calculate each and every option.
Yeah.
Is there like a shorter method for this, or we have to solve each and everything?
Then no, we don't have any shortcut method. Then nitrogen and 0.015 gram of nitric oxide. So here calculate number of moles. 0.015 divided by nitric oxide N2O. What is mass of N2O? 2 nitrogens, 1 oxygen. 28 plus 16. Nitric or nitro? Wait, nitric oxide NO only. Nitric oxide NO. 14 plus 16, 630. So this is 1 by 2 into 10 power minus 3. So 0.5 into 10 power minus 3. 0.0005 moles. Yeah, that one we have to multiply with. Yes, I think option A is only correct. Here you have to multiply this with only 2 atoms are present in nitric oxide. 0.0005 into 2 into Avogadro number. It gives same. This is only the answer. 6.022 into 10 power 20. Option A is correct. Anybody have doubt about this? Risha?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Ask me.
No, sir, no doubt.
Just we converted into number of moles, then multiply with number of atoms and Avogadro number. Next. Read question Anavadya. Read question number 31.
Yes, sir. The molecular weight of air will be, in brackets, the components of air given. So I think it's R. N2 is equal to 78%, O2 21%, AR 0.9%, and CO2 0.1%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, we can consider any one of these, right? Because if N2 is 78% of the volume,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and we can find the exact volume of the total thing and do, right?
Yeah, see, they're asking the molecular weight of air. There is a mixture. We don't take only one space. We have to consider everything: nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and carbon dioxide.
So percentage is equal to given mass by molecular mass into 100, right?
Yeah.
So accordingly, we can solve it.
Yes, given percentage into its molecular mass divided by 100 you take. You will get molecular weight.
So they are given by volume, right? So it's 78%, 78 parts are by volume are nitrogen. So the mass may vary, right? Because they're different components.
That's what we are multiplying with its molar mass. See, they're given 78% of nitrogen, right? So that 78%
Yes,
we are multiplying with its molar mass. Molar mass of nitrogen is 28.
28, yes, sir.
Yes, divided by 100.
Yes, sir. We'll
This gives
get
molecular mass, right?
Yes, sir. So we need to add like that for all.
Yeah, for all we have to add.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, first one, calculate a molecular mass of nitrogen. So molecular weight of N2. So they're given 78%. So 78 into, we know N2 molar mass is 28. It's visible or not? %8 into 28 divided by 100. Calculate this one. $78
Sir,
into
21.84
28
grams.
divided by 100. How much?
21.84.
Yeah. So like that, calculate for oxygen also. Given 21%, we know molar mass of oxygen is 32 divided by 100. .72. Next, molecular weight of argon. Given only 0.9%, mass is 40 divided by 100.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So I didn't understand why are you taking each one, sir? So that's what I said. Like you can calculate it by this formula, like the percentage equal to number of parts by mass of elements by molecular and mass into 100, right?
Number of?
Like number of like the part of the compound by the total mass of the compound into 100.
So here we don't know what is the total mass of air. That only we are calculating.
So we can find it out, right? We have the percentage, and then we have
The question is only asking what is the weight of particular volume of a gas. So by this, just they are asking only that much. Yes, see question. The molecular weight of air will be the compounds of air given as nitrogen, percentages given only. So the molecular weight of air we have to calculate.
Yes,
So
sir,
if we mix that all, nitrogen, oxygen and argon in those percentages, what is the weight of air?
There's a formula you had given, right? The percentage of the element or the constituent is equal to number of parts by mass of the element by the total molecular mass of the compound into 100, right? So why can't we
that
but
gives
it's not a compound, it's a mixture.
Mixture, right? This is a mixture, not compound. So that's given. Suppose the formula is sodium carbonate is there. What is the percentage of carbon in Na2CO3? In such cases, we are applying that. The mass of the atom present in a compound divided by total mass of compound into 100. So that is gives percentage. But here asking what is the mass of air, that mixture of air.
Okay, sir.
Okay, apply like that. It will give us answer. So 0.9 into 40 by 100 answer is 0.36.
0.36.
Last one, carbon dioxide.
Yes.
0.1% carbon dioxide. This one.
0.044.
Now add this all four values.
28.964.
So correct option is?
Option C.
28.964. Yeah, option C is correct. So that means if you take 22.4 liter of gas, means that is a mixture that having 78% nitrogen and some amount oxygen and argon and carbon dioxide, the total weight will give 28.766 grams. Okay, ask me read next question, question number 32.
Yes, sir. Calculate the number of moles left after removing 10 to the power 21 molecules from 20 mg of CO2.
Okay, they're given mass of 0.2 grams of carbon dioxide, right?
Yes, sir. So I think we have done this sum before.
Okay.
You had given this to
yeah,
us.
I think
Yeah.
during concept I gave you.
Yes,
So
yes, sir.
see in that concept, no problem. You can do that. Then go to next question.
Sir, will you not be explaining this question?
Already I gave in your notebook that question.
Yes, sir, I did it, but I just asked.
No, I don't give. Check notebooks. I think you can do that. Very easy one. Convert the first number of moles of carbon dioxide. Then here we are removing 10 power 21. 10 power 21 molecules is equal to how many moles? That also calculate and subtract. Okay, read next question. Ask me 33.
Yes, sir. If H2SO4 ionizes as H2SO4 plus 2H2O gives 2H3O plus plus SO4 2 minus, then total number of ions produced by 0.1 so that's molarity, right?
Right.
Or
the total number of ions produced by 0.1 m H2SO4 will be
1 m, yeah. So m is molality.
Molarity.
Molarity. Okay.
Capital M, no? So 1 mole of H2SO4. See in the balanced equation, 1 mole of H2SO4 giving 3 moles of ions, correct? 2 moles of H3O plus and 1 mole of SO4 2 minus. So overall 3 moles it is giving. So 1 mole is giving 0.3 mole. Sorry, 3 moles. Then 0.1 mole gives how many moles?
0.3 moles.
0.3 moles. So 0.3 moles is equal to how many ions? Just multiply with Avogadro number.
I think it's option D, 1.8 into 10 to the power 23.
Maybe multiply 0.3 into Avogadro number. One mole H2SO4 giving 3 moles ions. 0.1 mole H2SO4 gives 0.3 mole ions. So 0.3 into Avogadro number. This is approximately 1.8 into 10 power 23. The approximate value might is. Yeah, option D is correct. Next, Bhargav.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 34.
Yes, sir. One atom of an element X weigh 6.643 into 10 to the power minus 23 grams. Number of moles of an atom in 20 kg is.
Okay. So there one atom of an element mass is given, that is weight 6.643 into 10 power minus 23 grams. So number of moles of atoms in 20 kg is. So first of all, calculate molar mass of element, then we can calculate number of moles easily. So one atom mass is given 6.643 into 10 power minus 23. If you multiply this number with Avogadro number, we can get molar mass of atom. Multiply with Avogadro number. Six 6.022 or 23 into 10 power 23. So this cancel. Multiply this 6.643 into 6. $40. So atomic mass is 40. Or gram atomic mass. 40 grams. So now given mass is 20 kilograms. So 20 kilograms divided by 40 grams. So 20 into 10 power 3 grams divided by 40. 1 by 2, so 0.5. So 5 into 10 power 2 is 500 moles. So answer is 500 moles. So D is correct. Okay, next, Keshav.
Yes, sir.
Read next question.
Yes, sir. The density of 3 molar solution of NaOH is 1.110 gram per milliliter. Calculate the molarity of the solution.
Okay, we have to calculate molarity, but they're given molality. 3 molal solution is given. Okay, NaOH. Okay, see there, 3 molal NaOH. Means 3 moles of NaOH is present in 1000 grams of water. 3 moles of NaOH present with 1000 grams of water. So 3 moles of NaOH means 120 grams. Yeah, mass of 3 moles of NaOH is equal to 120 grams. So NaOH mass is 120 grams and water mass is 1000 grams. Now total mass of solution. (120 plus 1000). 1120 grams. That is mass of solution. We know density formula. Density D is equal to mass by volume. Density of solution is equal to mass of solution divided by volume of solution. So we have to calculate volume of solution. Density of solution is already given in problem. So volume of solution is equal to mass of solution 1120 divided by density of solution is 1.11. 0. Calculate here volume of solution.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, leave it.
Tell me. So volume of solution is 1009 ml. This is volume of solution. Now substitute in molarity formula. Molarity is equal to number of moles by volume of solution. Number of moles is 3 moles only. So 3 divided by volume of solution directly taken liter. Don't write in ml. So 1.009. You will get answer. So answer is 2.97. So option A is correct.
Sir?
Yes, tell me.
Sir, as this is a MCQ question, we can consider that their 1120 divided by 1.11 is their rate. We can consider approximately 1000 and do it because you can find a solution which is close to that value.
Yeah. Okay, if you are telling instead of taking 1009, 1000, right? And
Yes,
then
sir.
3 by 1000 will give 0. 3 by
3,
1 it gives 3. So closer value that only. So
Yes,
one thing here, molality is a 3, right? Molality is 3. Molarity also closely that value only. So I think without seeing options also we can find out the answer. 1.9 is 2.97, 1.67, 3.64, 2.32. So option A is only correct answer. Very small difference is there between molarity and molality. Okay, Nagabhushanam, read next 37 question number.
Sir, why Sir, we are on 36th now, no, sir?
Yeah. No, wait. Yeah, 35. Now read 36th question.
If the density of methanol is 0.793 kg per liter, what is its volume needed for making 2.5 liter of its 0.25 molarity solution?
Okay, just a minute. First, you calculate molarity of the given solution. Okay, so the density of the methanol is 0.793 kg per liter. What is its volume needed for making 2.5 liter of its 0.25 m solution? First, calculate molarity of methanol. Just see a shortcut how to calculate directly from given density to molarity. Yes.
Sir, to convert to molarity, we just need to divide the numerator with
molar mass.
molecular mass, right?
Yeah, enough. See, actual molarity formula is, sorry. So mass of solute divided by molar mass into 1000 by volume of solution. That is in ml. So mass by volume of solution, it gives density, right? Weight by volume, this gives density. So you can write D into 1000 by M2. So now density is given 0.793 kilogram per liter. No? So that one, when you multiply with 1000, it will becomes grams only. So 793 by 32. Molar mass of methanol, CH3OH. 12 plus 4 plus 16. 32. 793 by 32. Calculate this.
Sir, it is 24.78.
Okay. 24 point. So the given methanol concentration is this much, 24.78. It is in 1000 ml. So we need to convert that into concentration is 2.5 liter and 0.25 m. So then you can apply M1V1 is equal to M2V2. Apply M1V1 equal to M2V2. So M1 is this one, 24.78. V1 we have to calculate how much volume is required, this much concentration. And M2 is 0.25. And volume of that solution is we require 2.5 liter. So it means 2500 ml. Then calculate here V1.
So,
Yes.
can we take 24.78 approximately as 25? I mean, is it okay?
Yes,
Okay,
we
take.
can,
That's based
because
on
we
given
are
options. You can take.
considering on.
Given
Yeah.
options.
Because then it's coming 625 by 24.78.
Yeah, you can take
It's very
because
complex.
yeah, it's options also given much difference. There is no problem. You can take that is 25 approximately. So which option is
25 is the answer then.
Sir,
25 is the
option B,
answer.
sir.
so option B is
B,
correct.
sir.
So closer value.
25.2 ml.
Yeah. So B is correct. Okay, next. Keshav, read question number 37.
a sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with chloroform CHCl3, supposed to be carcinogenic. Yes, sir.
Carcinogenic means that is causing cancer.
Carcinogenic in nature. The level of contamination was 15 ppm. Determine the molarity of chloroform in water sample.
Okay.
So we should use parts per million formula, sir.
Yes, very good. We have to use parts per million. So first of all, we have to convert that into percentage by mass. So 15 ppm means?
Parts per million.
Yeah, 15 parts is present in 10 power 6 parts of 10 power 6 parts. Sorry. ppm. Means 15 parts present in 1 million. That is 10 power 6 parts. Yes, that is the meaning of 15 ppm. Okay, next. Percentage by mass. Is equal to 15 into 100 divided by 10 power 6. So its value is 10 power 4 is left. So I'm writing it is 1.5 into 10 power minus 3. That is percentage by mass. 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 percentage. Next, calculate mass, chloroform molar mass. Carbon 12, hydrogen 1, 3 chlorines, 3 into 35.5. So you can write 119.5 approximately. That is molar mass of chloroform. See, 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 percentage means 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 grams of chloroform present in 100 grams of solution, right?
Sir,
Yeah,
I didn't understand. Could you explain this question again?
Okay, they're given 15 ppm of chloroform in the question. 15 ppm of chloroform is present in drinking water, that is causing carcinogenic. Okay, 15 ppm means if you take 1000 parts, in the 1000 part, 15 parts is chloroform is present, that means. So 15 parts is present in 1 million parts of given solution. So this one we are converting into percentage by mass. Percentage by mass we are calculating Given mass of solute divided by total mass of solution into 100, right?
Into 100, okay.
Yeah, according to that formula, percentage by mass is 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 percentage.
Okay.
Okay.
Why
then
are
after,
we converting it into percentage?
so we want a mass of solute present in 100 gram. Mass
The
of solute.
solute is the carcinogenic part.
Yeah, solute is carcinogenic part. Chloroform only, that's solute.
Okay.
Okay. So here we're calculating percentage. So this means 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 grams of chloroform present in 100 gram of solution, correct? 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 gram of chloroform present in 100 gram of water. That is solution only. So here density of water is 1, we know that. So 100 grams of water, we may write 100 ml of water also. Density of water is 1 gram per cc. So volume of solution is 100 ml. See, now to calculate molarity, we need mass of solute. Mass of solute is this much, 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 grams. Molar mass of solute is 119 grams. 1000 by volume of solution is 100 ml. Then substitute in molarity formula.
So just confirming, cc is centimeter cube only, no?
Yeah, cc means centimeter cube is equal to mass of solute next molar mass of solute into 1000 by volume of solution. Yeah, substitute here. Mass of solute is 1.5 to 10 power minus 3 divided by molar mass 119 into 1000 by 100. So 0.126 into 10 power minus 3, 1.26 into 10 power minus 4 mole per liter. This is molarity of solution. Okay, next, Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 38 and answer the question 38 one.
Which one of the following contains the maximum number of atoms? 52 moles of Al, 52 U of He, 52 grams of helium, and all have equal number of atoms.
The correct answer is A. 52 moles of argon, that having a large number of argon atoms. So that is a very big number, 52 moles. That's very big. So 52 units of helium means one helium mass is 4 units. So 52 by 4 gives only 13 helium atoms. So 52, that gives 13 moles only. So option A is only correct answer. 52 moles of argon. Okay, next 39. Ananya. Yes, tell me.
Sir, can you repeat the 38th answer?
Yes, sir.
First one, A is correct. The 52 moles of argon. A is correct option. Any doubt?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, which question are we doing? I got disconnected.
38.
Okay.
So 52 moles means you have to multiply 52 into Avogadro number. Option B is 52 units, means very small. That is 52 by helium atomic mass is 4 units. 52 divided by 4, only 13 helium atoms only.
Now, if they were at STP, all of them would have had equal number of atoms.
So we don't need STP condition because they're given in mass.
If they were at STP.
No. First one A is there that occupies a large volume.
And so 52 U and 52 gram are the same thing, right?
No. 52 units. 52
atomic
units
mass
is very,
unit.
very small. 52 U means there's atomic mass unit.
Yes, sir.
Very small. We can't measure that much small. But 52 grams means we can measure easily. Even with simple balance also we can measure 52 grams. So in 52 units U, only 13 helium atoms are present. Because one helium mass is 4 units now. So 52 by 4 gives 13 helium atoms. 52 grams means 13 moles. So this having a large number. 13 moles means 13 into Avogadro number. But option A is again 52 moles. That's a very big number. Okay, next go to 39. Question number 39. Keshav.
Yes, sir. A sample of ammonium phosphate contains 6.36 moles of hydrogen atoms. The number of moles of oxygen atom in the sample is.
Okay. So ammonium phosphate, a sample of ammonium phosphate having contains 6.36 moles of hydrogen atoms. The number of moles of oxygen atoms in the sample is. Okay.
Some part of the formula is correct.
Formula correct, no?
Sir, some part is missing, sir, in the PDF.
Okay, the material is missing. Okay, I will tell you that. A sample of ammonium phosphate formula is NH4 thrice PO4. NH4 thrice PO4. Okay. Formula is NH3, NH4 thrice PO4. See, in 1 mole ammonium phosphate, number of hydrogens are 12, right? Twelve moles of hydrogen atoms. Okay. So in given question, 6.36 moles of hydrogen atoms.
Sir, how 12 moles?
Yeah, 4 into 3.
Yes.
12 hydrogens, right? So one molecule having 12 hydrogens, 1 mole having 12 moles of hydrogen atom. So just I'm writing the step in reverse. 12 mole of hydrogen atom is equal to 1 mole of ammonium phosphate. For convenience, I'm writing like this.
Sir, is the answer C? 12.12. No, sir, 2.12.
2.12. Yeah, 2.12 is correct. 12 moles of hydrogen atom is equal to 1 mole of ammonium phosphate. Then given question 6.36.
Sir,
Calculate this. How many moles of ammonium phosphate will give?
Sir,
yeah.
Instead, 4 moles of hydrogen atom present in the compound is equivalently gives 4 moles
4
of
moles of
oxygen.
oxygen atom. Yeah, by that way also you can calculate.
We can do that with the
that also gives simple answer.
yes,
Yeah.
sir, that will also give answer, sir.
So it is equal to number of moles 6.36 divided by 12. .36 divided by 12 is 0.53. mole. So 0.53 mole of ammonium phosphate we have now. So that one multiply with 4, you will get a number of moles of oxygen atoms. Number of moles of oxygen atom is equal to 0.53 into 4, because one molecule having 4 oxygens. 2.12. Yes. Risha, read next question.
Yes, sir. A sample of copper sulfate pentahydrate contains 8.64 grams of oxygen. How many grams of copper is present in the sample?
Okay.
atomic mass of copper is 63.6,
Hmm.
sulfur is 32.06, and oxygen is 16.
Okay, fine. So a sample of copper sulfate pentahydrate contains 8.64 grams of oxygen. Okay, they're given only oxygen mass. Then what is the mass of copper is present? So here in copper sulfate pentahydrate, first of all, you calculate percentage of copper, oxygen, and hydrogen and sulfur also. Then if equivalent to 8.64 grams of oxygen, you will get answer.
What, sir? Could you repeat?
See, first of all, calculate mass percentage of copper, sulfur, oxygen, and hydrogen.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Ah.
Even in the crystallized state of a element, the part of the crystallization will be added to the element, right?
Yeah, here added in the given problem it is added. That's what saying. The
Like
question clearly
copper
mentioned.
sulfate mass will be added with the mass of water here.
Water also, yes.
Not multiplied.
No. Addition, not multiply. Addition. So mass of copper is 63.6 is given, right? Yeah, and sulfur is 32.06, and oxygen 4, and here 5 oxygen. Total 9 oxygens. 144 plus 10 hydrogens. So it is a 249.66. So approximately you can take 250, no problem. 250. Then percentage of copper. 63.6 divided by 250 into 100. $25.44. This is copper percentage. Next, calculate oxygen percentage. Nine. This is 57.6. So here 57.6% is equal to 8.64 grams. Then 25.44% is equal to how much mass? Calculate X.
So can you shift your camera a bit towards the left side?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So answer should come 3.816. So this is the mass of copper. Yeah. Completed? Okay. Next. Read Ananya. Next question.
Yes, sir. Cortisone is a molecular substance containing 21 atoms of carbon per molecule. The molecular weight of cortisone is 360.4. What is the percentage of carbon in cortisone?
Yeah. So it's very easy now. Percentage calculation.
So what's cortisone?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is one chemical substance. Its formula is C21 H28O5. So
do we require that in this question?
no need that. Just get that.
So what is it used for?
That is used for pain gels, pain reliever gels. You know that. Volney spray, you know, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is actually spray. So such kind of chemical substance it is. It's a paste gel-like substance to give relief.
Is it gaseous?
No. It is in gel-like substance.
It's a salt.
Paste-like substance now it is.
Okay, sir.
Sir, it is ketone family.
Yeah, one is coming. Yes, correct. Cortisone, ketone family. So they calculate very simple question. Percentage of carbon. So 21 carbons are there. 21 carbons mass is 21 into 12. $252, right? Divided by total mass is given 360.4 into 100. So 69.92, so approximately 70. So answer is C is correct. C is the correct option. Okay, Nagabhushanam, read next question.
How many moles?
Sir, 1 second. Will it not be opposite? 360.4 divided by 252 into 100.
No, now we will take opposite. There you are calculating percentage of carbon. So mass of carbon, 21 carbon mass, 252 divided by
Oh,
total mass.
yeah. I didn't read the question properly. Yeah.
Okay, next read Nagabhushanam.
So what's the answer for that?
C is the correct option. 69.98.
How many moles of Mg IN2S4 can be made from 1 gram of Mg iron and S? Mass of magnesium 24 now. Iron 114.8, yes 32. Sir,
Okay.
Limiting reagent is.
Yeah, it is a limiting reagent based question.
Yes, sir. So it's iron, I think, because 1 gram means it is 2. We need 2 times of that.
To prepare that molecular formula MgIn twice S4, we need 2 moles of indium, but they're given only 1 gram, not even moles also. So yeah, indium is a limiting reagent. So I will write equation.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I don't know why only 14 students are there out of 20.
I think they went for maybe dinner or sleep. Okay. We need to prepare MgIN2S4, right? Yeah. To prepare this, require 1 mole of magnesium, 2
So what
moles
is
of
the
indium.
compound name?
Yes, what?
Compound name.
No, it's not given. What is the name? Later I will tell you what we call this
Yes, sir.
magnesium
Yes,
indium
sir.
sulfide.
Yes, sir.
And 4 moles of sulfur we require to prepare this. But they're given, this is one, each one is given only 1 gram. Given is 1 gram each. Yes. Now calculate number of moles. 1 divided by 24. 1 divided by indium molar mass is 114.8. And 1 divided by 32. So here, which is the limiting reagent? First calculate number of moles. No doubt indium is only less number of moles will come. So, but require actually 2 moles is required. That is only going to be limiting reagent. So this 0.041. This is 8.7 into 10 power minus 3 moles.
Sir,
yes.
Instead, we can write their 24. We can do stoichiometry only by mass, right? Weight by weight, we can do, right? Instead
Yeah.
of mole by mole.
Given mass by molar mass I wrote to calculate number of moles first.
So, sir, we can find the resultant and then do, no, sir.
What resultant?
Like, sir, like we can do mass to mass, then we'll find how much mass of the compound is found, then we can find number of moles.
No, how can you calculate how much mass of this one is obtained?
Sir, we can do that, right? Because they gave mass of magnesium, indium, and sulfur.
1 gram each is given.
Yes, sir. So we can say that Mg required is 24 grams. Indium required is 229.6 and sulfur it is 128. Like that we can do, right?
Yeah.
Then that would be easier because we are doing more calculations here than there.
Okay, so the final is given how many moles of final substance is obtained, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
no, just see, this is only the smallest number, right?
Yes, sir, that I understood.
This many moles only obtained.
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, correct.
So 8.7 into 10 power minus 3 moles of product is obtained. That's all. See, during the limiting reagent and excess reagent, we discussed already, the amount of product formed depends upon limiting reagent. So here limiting reagent, this is only 8.7 into 10 power minus 3 is a very small number of moles. So this much number of moles only obtained product also. Okay, my remaining questions we will see in next class.
Also, in this question, they were asking the limiting reagent, right?
No, they didn't ask limiting reagent. They're asking how many moles of product is obtained. And here given is amount of magnesium, indium sulfide, sulfur is given 1 gram each. So how many moles of this substance is obtained? So no doubt it depends upon limiting reagent only. Indium is only limiting reagent here. We got very less number of moles of indium. So this is a limiting reagent. So obtained product also this much moles only.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma. We'll see in next class remaining questions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Guys,
sir.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
What we are doing, just hold on a second.